Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello everybody, Michael Quarles with the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Welcome to Wednesday. I got to work this morning and I was thinking it was Thursday. So somehow I had so much fun on Tuesday that I forgot that today was Wednesday. But anyway, such is life. Today we have 5 questions sent in by real estate investors. And remember, if you have a question, send it to support@michaelquarles.com and we will answer if we can. Also, don't forget about our coaching program. If you are interested, you can go to michaelquarles.com. There's a coaching tab. Quite frankly, for the $247 each month for the 6-month period, it is a very economical way to learn real estate. And we will chat a lot. Question number 1. I have a seller who will not discuss details regarding the property until we have a signed contract. The seller says that I should have figured out the details such as cost of repairs, updates, the rent roll during the due diligence period. What is the best way to approach private money lenders about a deal like this where you do not have proof of details? You do not talk to a private money lender about it. You go talk to a seller who will in fact sell you their house and disclose everything you need them to disclose. Because first of all, if the seller isn't willing to disclose something about their property, how can we get a contract signed? One of the questions I'm going to ask them is, what do they think the property is worth if I sent out an appraiser to do a professional appraisal in today's marketplace? What would that appraiser appraise the property for? Well, they have to start there. They have to give me a number. And then we ask them the walk-away money question. And when they approve themselves, then we start asking them what all the repairs are. They have to participate. If they do not participate, that is fine. They just get to go sell it to another investor or somebody else, or not sell it at all. But they are certainly not going to continue to waste any of my time. And I'm certainly not going to try to waste their time or want to waste their time by trying to dig stuff out of somebody that doesn't want it dug out of them. And it does happen. Remember, you can't lose what you do not have. If you don't have it, you can't lose it. If it's not yours and someone doesn't want to give it to you to make it yours, you don't worry about it. Just go buy another house. Question number 2. I am beginning my direct marketing campaign. Once the calls start coming in, what is the best way to turn those leads into opportunities so I can close a profitable deal? Great question. It is all about answering the phone or returning the phone call. Most investors make this mistake, and I will challenge any of you that say that most investors don't by asking you to call all the investors in your local marketplace that you see advertising either in direct mail, bandit signs, newspaper ads, whatever it is, wherever you find them, Craigslist, that sort of thing, and see how many of them actually return your call. The large majority of them will not. So that's the first thing we want to make sure that we do, is that we are responsible to our effort, to our marketing dollar, to what we want to accomplish. And prior to that, we just can't say, okay, I'm going to call someone back. Prior to that call back, we have had to have practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. We've had to have practiced so much that we're tired of the word practice. But I think this is a very good analogy in a situation like this that we're talking about practicing. So imagine here you are, you're 6 years old, and you like basketball, man. You can dribble. You can shoot. You can, for a 6-year-old, you're just amazing. So junior high, you make the team, man. You can't dunk the ball yet, but you make the team. You're shooting. You can. You're the guy or the gal. And then you go to high school and, oh my goodness, you're like all-state, all-star. I mean, you are the guy that newspapers are writing about, or the gal that papers are writing about. So you get recruited and you get all these free scholarships to all these major universities, and you pick the best one for you, and you go there and you win the Final Four. You are the most valuable player in the Final Four. You are the guy or the gal. And it's just awesome. Then you get drafted. First round, first pick, NBA. Or the WNBA, I guess. If there is such a thing, I don't know. And you were like Rookie of the Year. I mean, you can make a three-pointer. You can make a half-quarter. You can dunk. I mean, you won the three-point contest and you won the dunking contest during the All-Star weekend. I mean, you're just that awesome. You go on to score more points than anybody's ever scored in the NBA. You are the scoring leader for all records in basketball. You retire with millions of dollars in the bank. Does that sound pretty cool? It sounds pretty cool for me. But here's what I know has happened since you were 6 years old. You practiced and you practiced and you practiced and you practiced, and it was even better than practice. You were so good at practicing that you became so good at actually doing that other people decided that they were going to help you practice. So those are called coaches. So your coaches in every level of your career has helped you. Why would Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, LeBron James, why would they need a coach? Why would they need to practice? Why did Larry Bird need to go out there and shoot a basketball after he was drafted into the NBA? Why? The same reason we need to practice. We need to practice. If you stop practicing, you will stop being good at it. Your muscle memory will deteriorate. You will no longer be able to make the shot that you count on. And, real estate investing, man, it's all about making sure you're on your game. The moment that you think you don't need to is the moment you should hang it up.
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through Yellow Letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started, and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 3. What is the most important daily action I can take to become a marketer and investor like you? Join my coaching program. I don't know who sent that in, but I appreciate the opportunity to brag about my coaching program. But that is the most important thing you can do, in my opinion. And once you do that, then you're going to learn all this other stuff that you need to do on a daily basis. But goals are that's king. If you don't know where you're going, you can't ask for directions. I can't guide you if you don't have an idea of what you want to accomplish in life. And there's 6 facets of your life you should set goals in. So, you owe it to yourself kind of, thing. Not to just be the guy or the gal just sitting there with a sign that says, I'm hungry. Go out and take charge of your life. Set some goals. Have people around you that you rely on and you can trust to help you carry out those goals, hold you accountable. Take action. So if you're listening to this, you're already taking some action. You might as well take the rest of it. You might as well join my coaching program. Question number 4. What is the proper way to address a letter or an envelope where the county records or listsource shows the owner is an estate and you do not have their names, or the property is held by trust? Great question. And we get this a lot with the inherited list where it just says, address kind of stuff. And family, neighbors, friends. So, our friends and then an address. Our neighbors, address. Dear family kind of thing. It's okay. I mean, I don't want to say 123 Apple Street Trust, number 17 BC kind of thing. Because some trusts are really weird. And there's a way in Excel to remove all the trusts. So if your list has trusts and doesn't have trusts, that you can extract, the trust name or have it show you where the trust names are. And, just add in dear friends, our neighbors. Because, if you live in the same city, you are neighbors. I mean, you're closer to them than people that live in a state or two over or so. So, neighbors, family, friends. Good question. It's one of those questions, and I never want to deteriorate asking a question or make it sound as though, asking a question is a silly question, because it's not. They're never silly questions. But this question has a little hint of thinking a little bit too much. I appreciate the question, and I appreciate the thought process. If you've been thinking about this and not taking action because you didn't have the answer, well, we have to think less about it. If you don't know the answer and not knowing the answer gets in the way of actually getting marketing out and doing marketing and causing success, I'd rather you just answer the question, get it out, even if it's not as good of an answer as it should be. Answer the question, get the stuff done. But don't procrastinate it because you have this. If this is your personality type, if you have a tendency of analyzing too much. Analyzing is great. Absolutely great. Up until the point that it stops you from creating success. It's right there, right before, sometimes people can be so analytical they fail. So it's be very, 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 very careful that you don't put yourself in that position. However, great question. I appreciate the question. Question number 5. What is a realistic number that I would have to spend in marketing to get results? I think we talked about this on recent podcasts. I'm getting old, so maybe we didn't. I'm not getting old. My wife always hates it when I say that, and I don't mean it like I'm like an old fart or anything. I'm just, it's an expression. So, baby, I love you. Thank you for reminding me I'm not old. As young as I'm getting, it's all about knowing what to do with the opportunity. So it's a really hard number or question to answer because I don't know what your ability is. That would be like asking me, how long will it take me to swim 100 meters? Well, I have no clue because I don't know if you can swim or not. And then if you can, I don't know how well you can swim. And I don't know what kind of roadblocks are between the start and the finish point of those 100 meters in the water. There's sharks around or what is it? So from a general answer perspective only, $1,000 from a cluster marketing perspective is going to get you about 1,400 prospects or so. That's a good start. What you do with those prospects is all up to you. How you communicate with them, what you do on purpose, the follow-up, the follow-through. Because remember, 40% of our deals come from follow-up. So, if you have 10 phone calls and you're going to follow, so you're going to call 10 phone calls back. Let's look at this number for a second. You're going to call them back day 1. I'm returning your call. You left a message on my answer machine indicating that you had a house you were hoping to sell. Did you have a house you were hoping to sell? No. Okay. Thank you for calling. If you know anybody that's going to sell a house, please let them know about us. So day 1, day 0, whatever you want to call it, you're talking to them. Day 15, you're calling them back. Hey, you called about 2 weeks ago and left me a message indicating you might have a house you're hoping to sell. Did you have a house you were hoping to sell? No. Okay. You have a wonderful day. If you know anybody who's looking to sell a house, let them know about us. Day 30, you're calling them back. Man, I've told you twice now I don't want to sell my house. Okay, I'm just checking. If you know anybody, let them know about us. Thank you. Goodbye. Day 60. You know what? Thank you for calling me back because, we hadn't been thinking about it seriously, but Yeah, I think we're going to sell now. Oh, really? Woohoo! So it's follow through. So it's all about you and what you do. Because if you never follow up and follow through, well, you need more than I do, because I'm going to follow up and follow through. If you don't know and understand and how to express embedded commands, and I do, then I'm going to buy more than you. If you don't know how to pace your prospect, and I do, I'm going to buy more than you. If you don't know how to mimic your prospect and understand the techniques of mimicking, and I do, I'm going to buy more houses than you. If you don't understand, positive and negative reinforcement, and I do, I'm going to buy a lot more houses than you do. If you don't understand neurolinguistics, and I do, I'm going to buy a lot more houses than you do. So until I know what you know, I can't answer the question for you. But here's what I know. You can learn this stuff. I had a coaching student, bless his heart, very nice man, very, very, very nice man. I had a coaching student who stuttered so badly he couldn't communicate. Even he could buy houses. We just had to figure out a way for him to communicate without talking. Pretty simple if you think about it. So if I can do that, then I can help you too. I had a coaching student who's a nurse. She was so special, but so shy. As a nurse, and you wouldn't think a nurse would be shy, but she's shy. She was so shy that she could not communicate in a group. So if there were three of us talking, she'd have a hard time. She's uncomfortable. She bought houses. She learned how to get rid of her uncomfortableness, whatever the word is. So if I can do that, I can help you, but I don't know you, so I can't answer that question for you. But if you want me to get to know you, join my coaching program. That sounds like a coaching commercial today. I apologize, guys and gals. But that's the reality of it. I mean, if someone said, Mike, what's the best expense I should, or I should spend money on in the beginning? There would be several different answers to that, but you guys might want to consider the $247 or the $1197, however you want to spend the money, and start learning this stuff. And so you can be prepared for success, because success doesn't, it's not like a lottery ticket you can scratch off and win some. You can't win success that way. You got to go to school. You got to learn this stuff. And is it difficult? Yeah, sometimes. Is it easy? Yeah, sometimes. It's all about what your temperament is. But I have coached people that were so outgoing that Miss America would be jealous. And I have coached people that were quite the opposite, and everything in between. And the constant part about coaching and real estate is someone who has the desire to succeed and is willing to do the work. If you have the desire to succeed and are willing to do the work, yeah, then we can coach you up. If you don't have the desire, it can't help you at all. If you don't want to succeed, no one can help you do that. I mean, I don't want to pay attention to people that don't want success anyway. But, what's a realistic number that you'd have to spend on marketing to get results? You don't even have to spend money. If you think about it, you don't have to send a single direct mail piece out as long as you knew the other things to do to create success. And so if someone comes to me and they say, Mike, I don't have any money for marketing, or I have a small budget for marketing, or whatever it is. Yeah, but they want to be a real estate investor? Not a problem. As long as you're willing to go through and do some things that may be uncomfortable. Maybe they wouldn't be uncomfortable for you. We don't know until we meet. I can tell you that I have yet to ask any of my coaching students to do anything I wouldn't do. So if I've asked someone to knock on doors, I've knocked on doors. If I've asked someone to cold call, I've cold called. If I've asked someone to give a seller presentation, I've done that a lot of times. And what I know about what I know is it can be done by most anybody. Yes, my coaching student who had a horrible stuttering issue, we had to modify some things for him, but that's okay too, you know. Not everybody's the same. So I can't answer the question for you. I don't know you. Introduce yourself. Call me up. Let's get you in the program. Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.